Okay, David, we have a bike here, and as I'm sure you'll realise, they tend to be quite expensive. What we need to actually look at doing is making sure you maximise that, and we're going to do that by doing bike setup. Now, if a bike is set up well, you can get the maximum amount of power for the minimum amount of effort. If it's set up badly, you're going to be losing out a lot on that. So what we want to do is take some measurements from yourself and then apply them to the bike. In order to do that, I'm going to need you to go and stand against that wall over there so that we can take some measurements. Yep? Good. Okay, David, what I need you to do is stand with your heels against the wall and about the same sort of width apart as they would be if you were on the bike. Right?
Yep.
Okay, now if you take this, and if you just put that between your legs and hold it quite firmly, and if you also use that to make sure that it's level, please. Okay? Now, what I'm now going to do is measure from the top of here to the ground, which will effectively give us the inside leg measurement.
Yep.
Okay, and that is actually giving us an inside leg measurement of 80 centimetres.
Okay.
Right, let's just go back to the bike and we can look at what that means. Okay, David, what I now want to do is explain to you how we're going to take that inside leg measurement and apply it to the bike. Now, your inside leg measurement was 80 centimetres.
Yep.
What we then do is you can use, you multiply that out by a factor of 0.9. That's the mean, the average. So if we multiply 80 by 0.9, we get to 72. Now what that means is, from the top of the saddle down to the middle point of the bottom bracket, in line with the seat tube, that should be the mean of 72. Now, there is variables allowed. You can go from 0.87 to 0.93, would be about 68 to 74.5. Generally speaking, guys tend to be slightly over the average and girls tend to be slightly under, just because of physiological differences. But let's measure the bike now and see how close we are to that 72. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to hold the spirit level just in line with the seat post there. That's great, thanks. And what I'm now going to do is measure from the top of there, again in line with the seat tube, down to the centre of the bottom bracket. And that is coming in at 73 centimetres. So 73 centimetres, slightly over the 72, but again, that's certainly within the sort of numbers we were looking at. Okay. So chances are that's probably a comfortable situation for you. If you're comfortable with that, that's fine. But there is room for manoeuvring. Right, can I just have a look at your shoes quickly, please?
Yeah, sure.
Let me take that from you as well. Thanks. Okay, what I'm doing here is I'm just having a quick look at your cleat position. I'm looking at these marks that you have on the cleat and seeing where it is in relation to the shoe. Now, that's telling me that it's approximately in line with the way your ball of your foot would be on. Okay. But what I'm going to do is get you to put them on now and then get on the bike and then we can look at it in a bit more detail.
Okay.
Great stuff. Okay. Right, now again, I'm just going to look at your foot position. Now, the ball of your foot, so there, yeah?
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
Now, I'm looking where that is on the cleat, and that's certainly in the middle of the pedal axle.
Okay.
So again, yeah, happy with that.
Yeah.
The next important thing I want to look at is your knee position relative to the pedal.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you just to spin the pedals around and then go to perfect 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock position. Now, what we do to check this is we take a measurement from, see this bony part on the outer part of the knee? We're going to take a measurement from there and see where it dissects the pedal.
Okay.
Now, you can use a plumb line, you can go and buy an expensive plumb line, or you can just use a nut and a piece of string. Either will do equally well. So, I'm just going to take this. Okay. And what I'm now going to do is, as I said, just position that just on the outside part of the knee and just see where that falls. Okay. Now, looking at that, that is actually exactly in line with the mark on the cleat. So, again, that mark on the cleat was in line with the ball of the foot, and the plumb line is telling us that's in line with the middle of the pedal.
Okay.
So, that's actually a good position. If you're doing time trialing, if you're using time trial bars, you can go a bit further forward by as much as up to 2 centimetres, depending on the sort of bars you're using and depending on your forward position. But certainly, as it stands there, I'm happy with that position.
Okay.
Right. Just want to have a quick look at your reach. So if you could go onto the hoods for me, please. Now, what I'm seeing here is the arms are relaxed. There again is a bend. That's very comfortable. You can easily reach for the brakes, yep.
Yep.
So, looking at that, that actually is a well set up position for you on that bike. We actually don't need to make any changes to that.
Okay.
Okay, if you can just pedal a little bit for me, please, David. And how's that feeling?
Yeah, feels alright. Feels comfortable. Feels can go fast.
Excellent, good. In that case, let's get you off the turbo and let's get you out onto the track and see what it looks like in the real world.
Okay. Yeah.
Excellent.